concerned here in India about the Hindu minorities. I also have now in this conversation Ambassador Gauri Shankar Gupta. He's a former diplomat. And I'm also joined in by Hassan Tariq Chaudhry, advocate from the Supreme Court of Bangladesh. But let's first go across to Ambassador Gupta, who's there with us in this conversation. Ambassador, minorities are making up only 4% of the population, while both Jamaat and BNP have made big promises. Do you see that turning into a reality on ground?
Good afternoon, everyone. I think the figure you have given of 4% is not correct. You see, in way back in 71, it was approximately 26%, but gradually that has declined, and it is estimated around 8 to 9% today.
All right.
So it is a number which is quite large, and you see the minorities, particularly Hindus, have been targeted in Bangladesh for long time. I was there between 85 and 88. Even that time, Hindus were living in some sort of fear. And there have been periodic attacks on their temples, on their shops and establishments from time to time. And these have increased tremendously ever since the interim government took over power in 2024. 2024 onwards, there have been thousands of incidents of attack on minorities in Bangladesh. And they are obviously living in tremendous fear. Many of them have been killed in, you have seen those, gruesome murders which have taken place on one pretext or the other. So obviously the safety of the Hindus in Bangladesh remains a top priority. But in addition to that, we also want to improve relations with Bangladesh because we have a long border of 2,400 kilometers. And obviously our economies are to some extent integrated, and our northeastern areas are linked with Bangladesh. So we would like very cordial and close relations with Bangladesh. We don't know how far the new government will, agree to that or will move in that direction. But I'm sure if BNP wins, we would have a good chance of improving our ties with Bangladesh, because Tariq Rahman has made that kind of a statement, and I know BNP. I had met Khalida Zia before she was long back when she was in Bangladesh. So I think BNP has the credential to provide some sort of safety to minorities. Obviously now, Awami League has been thrown out of the race. They have been declared illegal, which is absolutely incorrect. And therefore, there is no other option for the supporters of Awami League but to vote for BNP. Jamaat-e-Islami's credentials are very questionable. They have always been inciting, violence against minorities. They have also been what you call the, they have been radicalizing people in Bangladesh, which you have seen in the last 1.5 years. A lot of radicalization has taken place. So I would suggest that, we have to wait for a while till the new government is formed and what their policies are. I sincerely hope that our relations would improve after the stable government, because the present interim government has been very dismal in terms of India and Bangladesh relations. So let's hope for the best, and let's wait for the outcome of the election.
Ambassador, the 4% figure that I was quoting was about the candidates. 4% of the candidates contesting are Hindus. That's what we meant when we were giving that figure, firstly. And secondly, what's next here for Sheikh Hasina, who continues to remain in exile? What's her political future, if any there is? And also, where is Mohammed Yunus going to venture from here?
I think the Mohammed Yunus should be finished. I have that feeling, because his party won't get much support, and he has actually destroyed the economy of Bangladesh. He has also, what you call, aligned itself with Pakistan and the terror organizations in Pakistan. So this is a very sad chapter in the history of Bangladesh. They have also destroyed all the, signs of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and the independence movement which he launched. So this is very, very sad history, very sad, and I sincerely hope that he leaves the country after election and the new government takes over. and whoever is to power, we shall try our best to make our relations better with Bangladesh. That is in the interest of both India as well as Bangladesh. But ultimately, you can't clap with one hand. There has to be two hands to clap, and hands also should be stretched by Bangladesh to make them clap. So this is what we are hoping. But I sincerely hope that the BNP this election and we can, deal with Tariq Rahman in a much better way. You know that our External Affairs Minister already met him when he on the, the last rites of Khaleda Jia when she died recently. And that time he carried a message from our Prime Minister to Tariq Rahman. So I think let's hope for the result. In the next 3 days, the results will be out, and I'm hoping that BNP will win and we would be able to improve our relations, at least normalize our relations with Bangladesh in the coming months.
Right, thanks very much, Ambassador Gupta, for speaking to us. Viewers, we also have Hassan Tariq Chaudhry, advocate of the Supreme Court of Bangladesh, in this discussion. Thanks very much, Mr. Chaudhry, for joining us. Firstly, your country is holding elections now after 17 to 18 years. Do talk to us about the ground situation there and how there are also allegations of booth rigging that are being reported. Please do clarify on those claims as well.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining me. And now I am in a northern frontier part of Bangladesh and observing some polling centers where the turnout is very low because of the scarcity and people's lack of confidence regarding the law and order situation. And the turnout was very low in the beginning of the polling. It was around 10 to 12. Now it is gradually increasing. So far I heard as of now it is rise up to 27%. So this is very low turnout according to the election. Voters fear about the law and order situation, particularly the politically vulnerable group and the religious and ethnic minority. They are in a fear whether they will be tagging by other forces for their position. And as you know, the fallen regime and their political party, they rejected the vote because of they consider this is an exclusive election and excluded them illegally. So only the voters and the political forces who are against the fallen regime, they are participating in the election and as well as the referendum, which is still controversial. And today, according to our national news media, we have been informed that about 127 official allegation has been filed against the Jamaat-e-Islami, which is a notorious political party in the history of Bangladesh because of their role during the independence struggle of Bangladesh in 1971.
All right, thanks for your comments very much, Mr. Chaudhry. We also have viewers in the discussion. Ambassador Suresh Goyal, former diplomat. Ambassador Goyal, thanks very much for joining us. How are you viewing these elections?
A very critical election from Indian point of view would have impact on our bilateral relations. As we all know, when Sheikh Hasina was removed, there was a downslide in the relationship with the violence in Bangladesh and also impact on the several projects, several bilateral components of the relationship. We do hope, and I think the statements to this impact from both BNP, Tariq Rahman and Jamaat-e-Islami, that they will want to have a balance and they will want to have an effective bilateral relationship with India based on equality, etc., fairness, etc. So let us see what happens. Whoever wins, India will have to work with that party, and I do hope, and I'm quite sure that they will realize the importance of India relationship and that it can be put back on the track for benefit of both the nations.
I'd like to go back to Mr. Chaudhary, who continues to stay in with us. Firstly, Mr. Chaudhary, have you also cast your ballot at this point in time? And talk to us about the voter turnout. We've got about a figure up to 9:30 a.m. voting. But what kind of voter turnout are you seeing on the grounds?
You see, I already mentioned during the beginning of the polling, the turnout was very, very low. And particularly from the religious and ethnic minority voters, they are in a fear whether they will be safe in the polling center. So this is also a reason for the low turnout in the polling centers in Bangladesh.
All right, Mr. Chaudhary, thanks then very much for joining me in this discussion here at Newsx. And with that, viewers, we are going to proceed and